Welcome to the weekly weather briefing for the Inland Northwest from the National Weather Service in Spokane. We will start with three highlights for the next week. First, through midweek, we will see an evolving threat of showers and thunderstorms. Second, with that precipitation, there will be a localized flooding potential. Third, later this week, things start to dry out and warm up, at least briefly. Here's a satellite weather map displaying the weather features for the upcoming week. Low pressure is centered near the Cascades, as it has been for the past couple days. It starts to move into the Columbia Basin tonight, towards the lower Idaho Panhandle Tuesday, and east into Montana on Wednesday. Meanwhile, a trough pushing across the eastern Gulf of Alaska, the dashed black line, will come in on its heels in a northwesterly flow Wednesday. These features will bring the evolving shower and thunderstorm threat, before a ridge builds in Thursday into Saturday. Low pressure near western Alaska approaches our area Sunday with the next potential impacts. Through this evening, the precipitation threat will start to evolve. The focus will remain near the Cascades this afternoon, the dark orange shaded area. However, as the evening develops and that low starts to move, the precipitation is expected to begin to increase into southeast Washington and the central and southern panhandle, the lighter orange shaded area. Some risk also exists across the northern mountains into the Moses Lake area, the yellow outlined area, but it is expected to remain isolated. The common threat will be the potential for locally heavy rain, small hail, and lightning. We will have to monitor radar trends for possible flooding, especially in the higher risk area near the Cascades. Slow-moving stronger storms will have the potential for producing over a half-inch of rain. Late tonight, especially overnight, and continuing through Tuesday evening, the focus for precipitation will shift. The highest risk this time frame will be over the eastern third of Washington and the Idaho Panhandle, as the showers and thunderstorms that start into southeastern Washington and the lower Panhandle this evening expand northward and continue to remain a threat through Tuesday. Meanwhile, activity further west will start to become more isolated to scattered in nature. There will be a localized heavy rain threat, again especially in the high-risk areas in the east, and we will have to monitor for isolated flooding and burn scars, steep slopes, and in urban areas. In addition to precipitation, expect some breezy conditions to develop, especially Tuesday afternoon and evening, and largely near the Cascade Gaps on the back side of the exiting low. Speeds of 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts of 25 miles per hour will be possible. By Wednesday, the primary shower and thunderstorm threat retreats to the northern mountain zones, but a few isolated to scattered showers will still remain possible over the northern and eastern Columbia Basin. These showers and thunderstorms will still be capable of producing locally heavy rain, and I can't entirely rule out some isolated flooding, especially near the burn scars, but the overall risk will be lower than today and Tuesday. It is possible the low may move out slower, and this could mean greater precipitation coverage than what is currently depicted here, so keep an eye on the forecasts. The latter half of the week features a drying and warming trend. There will still be some weak impulses slipping by the northern tier, which may provide some isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon and mainly in the mountains, but the risk is very slim. If there is a better risk, it will be on Thursday over the northeast. Again, the main thing that could spoil the drier forecast is if the low is in the region now is slower to exit. Toward next Sunday, the next trough is projected to increase the onshore flow, which will come with the potential for increased winds near the Cascade Gaps. With the drying that develops ahead of it, we will have to monitor for potential fire weather concerns. Here is a depiction of the warming trend that develops with the exit of the low. Temperatures will push back toward the mid-80s and 90s Thursday, and continue to rise each day through Saturday before temperatures dip Sunday. A quick look at the 8 to 14-day outlook indicates the Pacific Northwest will be favored to see drier and cooler than normal conditions. Summarizing the possible impacts, thunderstorms with locally heavy rain, hail, gusty winds, and lightning through midweek. We will have to watch for localized flooding. Confidence is moderate for the thunderstorms, but confidence is low for flooding. The next possible impact comes toward the end of the forecast period, with the risk of breezy and dry conditions, but this far out, confidence is low. Thank you for joining us for this weekly weather briefing.